Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching this video. Real quick, I am Azim Subhani, CEO of TEU Global. We are a freight forwarder, global freight forwarder based in New Jersey, right by the port. And today we're going to be discussing the impending strike, which can cause moderate to extensive delays. With me is our Vice President, Mr. Paul DeLuca. He has a heavy pedigree, if I should say so, in terminal operations, working with the steamship lines. And I've asked him to join me today in this conversation so that we can let our customers, our vendors, our agents know globally what's going on East Coast and how it's going to impact our business. So I invite Paul DeLuca to go ahead and chime in and explain to us the basics of who the negotiating parties are and where we headed with those negotiations to avoid more delays as we're expecting. Go ahead, Paul.
Thank you, Azim. I appreciate the introduction, and good evening or good afternoon, everyone. I am Paul DeLuca. I'm the Vice President here at Trade Expeditors and domiciled here in New Jersey in the United States. Just to give you some feedback of what's going on here locally, the ILA, which is the International Longshoremen's Association, represents the labor force that actually works maritime vessels within the ports on the East Coast and Gulf Coast of the United States. Their contract for services is coming up and due on the 30th of September of this year, and they're hopefully getting into negotiations with the Management Association, which is USMX. They're the management group that actually works closely with the unions and the stevedoring to ensure that their contracts are in place and that they're able to have fair wages and fair working conditions to help facilitate the cargo moving in and out of the terminals. Right now, we're seeing that there is an impasse that's taking place between the ILA's management and USMX management. The dialogue has ceased to exist between both parties starting in June of this year. There's been several offers been placed on the table back to the union from the USMX, but there hasn't been a response as of yet. This is leading Trade Expeditors at present to seriously contemplate work actions being taken place starting on October the 1st, Tuesday of next week. We're thinking that the labor union may go out on strike, and it may cause disruptions throughout the network on the East Coast.
Thank you, Paul, for informing us. A couple of things that I wanted to run by the listeners. These strikes are no reflection, really, to the excellence and the work that both sides have put in, the Management Association as well as ILA. They have made us proud. East Coast has actually done very, very well under both the organizations. So we were hoping, and we're still hoping, that if it does get into any delays, that they are moderate and that our clients are not affected badly. However, we need to be prepared. We hope for the best, but we prepare for the worst. So let's talk about what we are doing for our clients and what are we anticipating. So Paul, what do you see as the delays, the possibilities of delays at the port if it does get into a moderate walkout? What would it look like?
You would probably see, Azim, some slow gate transactions, some slower activity on the terminal of identifying where equipment is for an import load. Also for receiving of export containers, if it's a slowed down or it's a moderate job action, you would definitely see the efficiency level go down by design. It's a show of strength by the union to show, we are here, we need your support, we need your attention. So the delays could take place if it's a slowdown. If it's a complete shutdown of the terminal, it could cascade into several days or weeks. We're not sure how long that would last, but that would have a residual effect on cargo that's on terminal and cargo that's due to come into the port. You can see days or weeks worth of delays on either side if the negotiations fail to yield a positive result.
Thank you, Paul. That's good information. As I said, we are not anticipating that many delays, but if it does come to it, we're prepared. Our teams are prepared. We have a big group that does nothing but local transportation. New Jersey is very robust for our team. We have several carriers who are dedicated to our loads. So we have very, very good access. And Paul's defense, I would say, although he talks about the port, but his one-on-one with most of the players at the port has given us very, very good access, and we get the containers out and moved as quickly as possible. We could definitely be at the front seat when the resolution is presented to the shippers and the local drayage. So let's talk about real quick a scenario where the cargo would start to move to other ports. What other options do we have for our clients? So if New Jersey and other East Coast ports are having a backlog, what other options do we have, Paul?
We would definitely be utilizing the western part of the United States. That would be ranging from Seattle, Portland, all the way down to ILA, Long Beach, and Oakland, California. We'd be utilizing the ocean carriers transportation into those locations directly. It's definitely an option because then you can move the cargo from the rail onto the rail from the West Coast and directly bring it into the East Coast, into New York, via Chicago if it's going through LA, or you'd be going down to the southern part of the US if you're going to Atlanta, Savannah, Charleston, into those areas. So you do have options to go through the western part of the US and get your cargo to the East Coast. Usually utilizes rail. There is also, for extreme circumstances where time is of the essence, you could do transloading from the ocean container into a domestic trailer and truck it across country.
Good suggestions, Paul. Thank you very much. I just wanted to make sure that our clients understand also that we are now, last moment before the strike is called, we are right now scrambling to get every container out of the port. Right now, the standing orders are, it doesn't matter if the delivery window is available to us to the final destination. We are getting the containers out for our customers. We'll make sure the containers are out, and if there is a delay, we'll make sure the containers, whenever they're available, we get them as quickly as possible. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll keep you up to date. Probably next week, we'll send you out another update. Thank you. Take